right, so hello, Kim and Tony.
Hello.
These are the owners of the Signature Marlu. So, guys, we are here to do an honest review about how you have found the Marlu since you picked it up in November last year. You've had it for
6 months nearly, 5.5 months.
Yep. Okay. All right. So everyone is really keen and wanting to know your thoughts, good and bad. Don't hold back. Let's have a really honest review and start showing us through. We'd love to see the van.
Sure, love to show you. I suppose for me, one of the highlights is the outdoor kitchen. We actually love cooking outdoors, so it works really well for us. It's well set up for gas burner cooker. Some drawers for the cutlery, utensils, another little drawer here that we don't use, but plenty of cupboard space.
Yep.
Kitchen folds down. We've got these pantry areas.
Wow. That's like loads of space, isn't it?
Loads and loads of space,
Yeah.
which is awesome. We really, really love the outdoor kitchen.
Yeah. And what I noticed as well is fantastic is apart from the kitchen, you've got this awesome little space. If you want to just move that tea towel to show everyone that you've got this really good handy little rack. If everybody knows, space is such a premium when we come out camping to these awesome destinations, and you don't have a lot of area, so that is just very thoughtful, that little bit.
Yeah, we're very, very impressed with the kitchen. So, and like we said, the storage part is fantastic.
Yep.
Little outdoor table.
Yeah.
If I was to close this, you can see that there's a stereo system with the 2 speakers on the outside. What we like about that is that you can isolate it and have the music outside. Turn that off when you want to go inside and have your music just playing inside, which is really good.
And that's really good to note as well, because I know with our caravan is an older style type of caravan, and we don't have that isolation.
Yeah.
So if it's either on or it's not.
100%. There were a couple that we did look at when we were looking to purchase, and they didn't have that option. Not a huge thing, but it's just a bonus. So.
Yeah. Great to point out.
We have the pull-out outdoor fridge area, which is handy. We have just put this little shade cloth up as we've been camping on the Murray, and it's been quite hot up here this week. So we will eventually get a proper part for that. But
yeah, and it's worth noting to everybody that most of the generic side awnings can pretty much fit on that area as well, so that's good to know. Yeah.
So very happy with the outdoor kitchen fridge area. Do you want to go inside first? Do you want to talk about the outside?
Well, while we're on the outside, perhaps we keep talking about the outside.
Yeah, sure.
Are we up to anything more technical that you want to talk about, Tone?
Probably the battery setup is pretty...
Yeah, lots of people would want to know about that.
2 spare tyres on the back.
That
2
is...
jerry can holders.
Yeah, that's great. And the fact that they've got the cover too, because not a lot of caravans have a supply of 2 tyres, but also the fact that the jerry cans are actually covered in. We've been on lots of trips where our exposed jerry cans get dust covered in them on around the diesel outlets and all sorts of things when you're on the dirt road, so that's a nice bonus to have too. All right, Tones. Wow.
Got the Red Arc power system with a 2000 watt inverter, 760 watts of solar on the top,
Nice.
300 amp hour lithium battery.
Wow.
In hindsight, I probably should have gone 2 200s, but that was a mistake on my behalf because I can't add another 300 in that space. So, but
right. So is this what it came with, Tony, or
no,
did you upgrade to this?
It came with a 200, and we've had 300 in our old camper, so we thought 300 is the bare minimum we need. But in hindsight, I probably should have got 2 200s.
Okay.
If I was doing it again, I would have got 2 200s, and because it's still good, but it runs skinny sometimes, and you're running everything.
Yep. Good to know. Yep.
So,
That's
you know,
great.
that's a tip for beginners.
Yeah.
I would definitely get 200s.
Yep.
But we have been very impressed with the Red Arc system.
Red Arc system. It's Mickey
It's a
Mouse.
fabulous
Been amazing.
system, and I love the way that they've integrated it really nicely onto the van there, and it's all locked away and
Yeah, no, we haven't got a fan.
ventilated.
We've turned it's ventilated with a fan up through here, so it's too hot.
The little switch up the top there, Dale.
Yeah, where is it? I can't remember what it was.
Up to the
Oh, yeah, there it
right-hand
is. If
side
I can
there.
reach it, I'm sure
Yeah.
that's like me.
Pop that on.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah. Okay. So it doesn't manually come on.
No, no,
Sorry,
it's
automatically come on. It's a manual thing.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
There's one of them in the beer fridge, is where the beer fridge slide is too, so
Okay.
which is good.
Yep.
Bit of circulation.
Yeah.
You do have the outdoor shower, which we
How do you find that?
I don't enjoy it. I reckon it's hard work. The taps are very tight. It's all right for me, but if an older person with the tight taps had arthritic hands, I reckon you'd struggle. But it's okay.
Yeah, and I asked that because in our older van too, we find the same thing. It doesn't seem that they've really improved on technology
Yeah.
for the outdoor shower as such.
Yeah, you know,
By the sounds of it.
really need somewhere to hang the head, or it's a little hard to negotiate.
Yeah, to
isn't
hang
it?
I think you need a clip there to hang the head of the shower. Someone to put your toothbrush and put it on there, but it tends to get dirty and filthy. So that's something you can add on yourself
Yep,
later on if you
yep,
wanted to.
yep. And I do.
don't see that we would use this a lot.
No, okay, fair enough. Yep,
Yeah,
absolutely. Some people
That's just
might,
us. Yeah.
but
I
it's
would
good
if,
to know.
If it was easy to use, I would use it more.
Yeah, that's
But
good
it's
to
not
know.
easy to use.
Yeah,
So,
yep.
anywho, it
And-
does wash the sand off and stuff
Yeah.
down the beach and down the river. and
100%, especially when you're at the Murray and certain beachy places.
Yep,
yeah,
100%.
it's nice to have that. And I also absolutely love these scrub bars
that. Yeah,
Oh
they're
yeah,
good.
they're good.
that they
Very
have
good.
on a lot of the new vans now. That's our van, as any avid watcher knows. We've got an older style, but these are great. And you've seen us get into some pretty hairy spots, so it's good that you guys have got this here to help you avoid getting any damage onto the caravan. So that's awesome. So what are all these other bits and pieces over here?
Yeah. Oh, I can't even get it open. Power.
Yep. Okay, for when you're hooked up.
Yep. Aerial.
Okay. Yep. Is there an aerial on the top of the van?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. I just thought of that when you
I'm
asked
not
that.
sure.
Well, okay.
That's a
That's
question
a
to ask,
that's a.
We'll have a look.
There's
We'll
that gas for
we'll
hot
look
water.
one day.
Gas for hot water.
Yep. Okay.
Fill a hose.
Yep. Yep. Oh, are they through full boot
Yep.
lockups here? Storage or
Fishing
partial?
rods.
Oh, so
10
it goes
pegs
all
if
the
you
way.
need it. Yeah, all the way through.
Wow. Oh yeah, that can come through. That's great
Little
storage.
storage box there.
Oh, there's a little one there. Yep. Okay.
Lots of storage. We're very
Yeah,
impressed with the storage. Yeah.
that's excellent. And what about the other one?
I think this is classed as a generator box. Not that we have a generator, but it's got
Okay.
a slide out shelf.
Oh,
if you
yep.
needed it.
Okay.
We've just got hoses and stuff at the moment,
Couple of little shelves.
Shelves.
Yep, perfect.
which we don't have a great deal in
Nice.
there, as you can see.
No, that's good. All right. And then
It
we
has
come.
two 120 water tanks, which is 240 all up,
Yep.
and a 120 litre grey water tank.
Yeah, right. Good.
Yes, there's
That's
lots of
good.
water.
And we'll have a look at the water system, which I'm assuming is inside.
Yes.
Yep, all right,
there's a
we'll look
tap
at that
in the front,
later.
Which is handy.
Yeah,
Same thing,
that's
washing
always
your hands
handy.
and feet when you get dirty.
Yep,
Two 9-kilo gas bottles.
perfect. With some front protection there
Yep.
when travelling.
More storage there.
This is a great little space. Now,
swings
obviously the barbecue doesn't come with, but that's a swing out. That whole tray comes with it, does it?
Yes.
Okay.
We found it a little bit tricky to get over the top of the jockey wheel, but maybe there's a better way to do it. We've only had it out once or twice, so we're still working out what the
Haven't
best way
actually
is.
used
So it swings out and fits 90 degrees
Okay.
out to here,
Yep.
sort of thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying about getting past the jockey wheel. Yeah. And again, these are all what came with the caravan, like the
Yes.
wheel and so forth.
Yeah.
So, yep. Okay.
The
Max Tracks.
Max Tracks came with it as well. So
Oh,
that just pops down. It's a
fantastic.
great little
So is that a
storage.
standard or an extra?
No, it was
Standard, I
standard.
think.
Nice. Well, we know again on many travels we've had, they will come in very
Yes, we tend to
handy.
use them.
Yeah,
We do tend to use
absolutely.
them.
Absolutely.
We get bogged a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that looks great for the outside. I think we've pretty much got that covered. So,
May
well,
want to make a mention of the so we've got the electric roof.
do
but
they all
yeah.
come with electric?
No, you can have
Manual.
or pay the extra for the powered roof, and we paid the
Don't know why you
extra.
have a
But
manual roof.
yeah,
No.
it's so easy.
Where our previous camper that we had, the Golf, was the manual, and if you've got a choice to go with an
Push a
automatic,
button.
Yeah.
It's up in
we've
100%.
seen how
seconds.
easy it is. You guys just rock
a
up
dream.
and push the
Press a
button.
button.
How long do you reckon it takes to get up?
Oh, we can show you. We can
10
put it up
seconds.
and down in 10 seconds. Yeah.
Ah, well, you know, it'd be great if you want to just zip in while
Yeah,
we're here.
I'll
It's not
do
going to
that.
fit.
We can-
And the other great thing is, while you're going in there, Kim, I'll just have a quick talk about it, is that our Golf setup, our awning used to be attached to the top of the pop top. So we couldn't actually rise and lift it
Right. Yep.
while our awning was out. But yours is detached. So you can actually raise and lift this. And then we're just showing, case in point. I like how it all tucks in too.
Yeah, with the cord.
Yep.
Our other one didn't have it. Our Intrepid didn't have that, which was a bit of a
Yeah, so
oversight.
you were constantly having to poke and
Yeah, with a broom.
Yeah, make sure that everything fitted in okay. But they've really thought about that and made it nice,
And you
nice,
can see
clean,
the
neat fit.
dust reduction.
Oh yeah,
Unit
right
on
on
the
top.
there.
Yep, that's it. Right up there. Have a little bit of a closer look. Obviously, I'm way too short to actually see that. That's how quick it was.
Yep.
All right.
If
So,
you want to have a look with the roof down on the inside, you can still
yeah,
access.
that would actually be fantastic. Let's go round and have a look at that. All right, so we are on the other side, and as Kim said, we're going to actually pop in and have a look at how it looks with the roof down. So this is important to note for people that many a time when we had the Golf pop top, we would stop over, just a really quick stopover, and we wouldn't want to necessarily have to put everything up. Again, this is automatic, so it probably not is as important, but the thing that where this might play out is you can still access this to pack and get everything organized before your big trips, so that you can still get in here quite easily. Now I'm pretty short, so I can almost stand up, but you know, a lot of people, yeah, it is a lot shorter, but it just gives you the scale, an idea that you can actually still get into full access into your wardrobes and cupboards and things like that to get ready to go away. So now I am going to get Kim to come in and show you where the button is. Kim, where's the button to actually...
Another little control panel down
Wow,
here.
okay.
So we've got the button for the roof to go up, a button for the awning to come out, your grey water levels, your power switches. It's all quite easily accessed here.
Yep.
This is the speaker button that I was talking about before, so you can isolate from inside and outside. But yeah, to put the roof up, it's just a matter of pressing the up. And
So you don't even have to hold, it's just press.
just press
And away we go. So this is from the inside how it looks.
And done.
Just like that, it's done. Wow, that is pretty cool.
It's very
All right,
impressive.
come on in and show us
Okay.
the rest of the bits and pieces in here. Now we can stand. And
Now we can stand.
You're taller than I am, so...
So queen size bed.
Nice.
Now there's a couple of little storage compartments on the side. These ones can access through to the outdoor kitchen.
Wow.
So we
That-
can open
Oh, look at that. Midnight snacks, here we
Midnight
come.
snacks.
I wonder who
Beside
snacks
mine.
that.
That
Yeah.
was beside
yeah,
mine.
Yeah.
tiny side, obviously. Here.
Oh, that's so good and
Yeah.
handy to have. Yeah.
So that's on that side of the bed, and on on this side,
Yep.
we just have, it's just normal.
Just normal
Just normal
storage.
storage. Same
Yep.
size.
Yep.
Just
But
a lot
can't
of
get to
storage.
extra outy space. But plenty of.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Underneath the bed here, we have two massive drawers for
Oh
clothes.
wow!
That's-
Yeah,
I
that's
take the
so
top drawer.
good.
I think it comes a fair way out, and they're very deep. Like
Yep.
you can fit a lot in there. Tony's drawer down the bottom.
Yeah. Typical. No, I'm surprised you got that much in there, Tony.
Yeah.
For a bloke, that's a fair bit.
Now, with this particular model, you can get two different setups with the Marlu. This is the Tourer, so it's got the little fridge and induction cooker on the inside. Bushman's fridge, very handy.
We open that. See.
Yeah, so you can
So it's
fit
very
a
little,
lot.
but there's actually a lot more in here than what it looks like. Yep.
Yeah, you can actually fit quite a bit in. Storage cupboard. Which
Oh, that's great.
We keep the kettle, the tea, coffee.
Yep.
We find we use the induction cooker for the kettle in the mornings, on the cold mornings. Another little
Oh god.
storage
Yeah, heaps.
part down the bottom.
Yep. Yep.
There's storage underneath the seats.
Wow.
So I'm going to take the cushions off. but
Oh
there's quite a bit of
yeah, there's
storage
stacks under there. Yeah.
Got the hot water service.
Mhm.
Stereo, some more Anderson plugs, and
Okay.
yeah, a couple of speakers.
So the hot water service, that doesn't have an actual digital reading or anything like that. It's
We've
just,
got the water levels.
Yeah,
oh,
but it's
you
not
do,
Yeah, that's around near the kitchen.
but no degrees or anything
You
like
got 60 or 70, I think.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
sort of the standard
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
name escapes me.
That's right. Oh, I see this little groove here. Now that is for a table that comes with it,
table.
isn't it?
It is. We don't take the table.
Yep.
We don't like to sit inside. Our camping's on the outside.
Yep.
We have removed the table, but it would come in handy if you were
Hmm.
reined in and...
And what sort of size is the table? Does it go the whole length of the chair?
It
or?
goes the whole length of this
Okay.
little
Yep.
seat here.
And does it swivel out or is it
Swivels
fixed?
around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite
So
a
it's
good
pretty
table.
versatile
Yeah.
for those that want to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just don't take
Yeah,
it.
fair enough. It's, yep. No point
little
dragging
bit of-
stuff around you don't
Yeah,
use.
exactly.
Yeah.
We've culled a lot over
Mm.
the years, and that was one thing we culled. There is a little bit of storage under the...
Oh,
So
okay.
you can, like, you get access to the drawer,
Yeah.
but you can get a little
Yeah.
bit more under.
Okay. Yep.
But, we don't tend to use
Well, they've
that
pretty
either.
much utilised every little ounce of
Every
space they
little
can, right?
Um,
Oh, and this
sorry?
TV came with?
yes, with the TV,
Okay.
the Red Arc display system, so
Mm-hmm.
it tells us where our battery levels are at, how we're getting the power. Right now, we've got the solar panels working,
Nice.
and we're at 97%. So
Yeah. Great.
yeah, we can turn the aircon on through here. There's an isolator switch that we can switch on,
Yep.
and here's our air conditioner.
Wow. That's fantastic. So is that a heater as well?
Yes, reverse
Split
cycle.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Good little unit. We haven't
Yeah.
actually used it much. We're like
You have tried it on the whole system that it comes with so far?
We have, and it did suck our power quite quickly,
You
didn't
couldn't
it?
run longer than a couple of hours.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be low draw, but I don't know where they get that from because it was drawing like 80 amps when it
Yeah.
fires up for the first half an hour.
Was
did
it really
draw.
hot in the van at the
So
time?
it was.
was.
So, sort of all things considered, it was
Yeah, it was a
starting
33
working
degree
against
day.
it to start
Yeah,
with.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. But no, good to have
Yeah.
as something to cool down
Yeah,
if you need
and
to.
we're still working out our
Yeah.
power system as well. with
Oh, I love these little lights. There's a trick to these lights, isn't there, Kimmy?
there is a trick to this light. Just a touch button.
Yes,
you can actually
that's
hold on and
pretty
dim.
special. Wow.
Yeah, so it is
And each one is individual like that.
each one. You got the two fans at the end.
Yeah.
Some reading lights.
That's
which come in
fantastic.
handy.
So these are all included
All
in
included.
the model.
More
got
Anderson,
PowerPoints
PowerPoints
and
and plugs at the end.
Andersons.
Yeah.
USBs, not Andersons.
USBs, whatever they're called.
Oh, Yep.
Yeah, the blinds with the block out, the fly screen.
Yep, so the fly screen's on the bottom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
they just, you can unhook and
Yep.
push
and then
down
you've got
or-
the zipped.
Yeah.
So we've got 1, 2, 3 zipped top sections for aeration.
Yep.
And then you've also got over here a little bit more space when the top's up for some extra storage. And what's in here?
Yeah, we've got hanging, the hanging
Wow.
wardrobe
Okay.
part.
Heaps of stuff. So you've got your nuts and bolts behind the scenes.
Yeah,
bits in
that's
there.
the solar isolator. Is that
There's
correct,
something
Toad?
flashing and
Yes,
blinking in
which is
there.
a bit of a furphy because when it's working, there's 2 red dots, which confuse me. You would imagine if it was red, it would be off, but red means on
Oh.
and green means off because I lost power on the first day. So I checked that and I had the up the wrong way.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, most people would think green
Red.
means on, red off.
Yes,
but
you
no,
think so.
not so.
So yeah, we
Okay,
were a
so
day without
that's-
any solar. There was no power coming in, so we've
Yep.
been behind the 8 ball a little bit, but that's okay.
You live and
worked
learn,
it out.
right?
We worked
Yeah,
it
you
out.
worked
Maybe
it
some
out.
instructions with it would have been nice, but
Yep,
anywho.
fair, good point. That is a very good
anywho.
point. Okay, now let's see the most
Okay,
exciting
so-
part of this van.
The van sold me because
Mm-hmm.
of this ensuite. I had never found and could have not been able to ever find another ensuite like this one.
Yep.
It is incredible. It's quite big, and I love the fact that it's a separate toilet and shower. So step on in, Shelley, and have a look.
And I have to concur that this is a magnificent ensuite and size as well. For the fact that it's a pop top, you've got like all your, there's so much space here. It's like having a full ensuite. So you've got an independent toilet, which I personally love. I know you do too,
Yes.
Kimmy. No shower over the toilet jobby here.
Yeah.
Then you've actually got a whole sink, loads of storage under here, which is crazy for
Loads of
such a small
storage.
space. More PowerPoints and whatnot. More storage here.
Massive big.
Wow, how's that? A touch mirror, like what? And then this shower, like this shower is fantastic as well.
Yeah.
Like you've got a full step-in shower that you can utilize. That's incredible for really what's such a compact caravan. This is just magnificent, this bathroom section here. So yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It did win me over.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
So, okay, then we will pop outside
Yep.
and let's talk about what you love the most overall and then what is not so great.
Okay, perfect.
All right, guys. So, thanks so much for spending the time and taking everybody around and showing your van. So, let's first start with a top little recap of your most favourite things about the caravan.
I'll start.
Yes, of course.
So for me, the outdoor kitchen has been amazing, and the ensuite. Let it be noted, this is the first time I've owned a caravan that we've taken on the road. We've got a van that we keep at the block, but we don't tow with it. This is the first time that we have bought a caravan and been towing. So to have the space and the storage is amazing. And to be able to cook outside, tick for me. Ensuite, tick for me. Bed's comfortable, but ensuite and outdoor kitchen for me.
All right, Tones, do you have anything to add to that, or is that sort of on par with you?
Yeah, the outdoor living's amazing.
Yep,
Kitchen's easy.
yep,
Storage.
yep.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Now, let's hear about the truth and what people actually would love to know. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are the cons? What are not so great that you found?
Me start again?
Wait for the car to go past.
They'll keep going.
Yeah, you go first.
So, for me, being the first time caravan owner, We picked it up from Sydney and had to
Well,
drive.
that's a kill that. You grab that motor.
Hang on. All right, sorry guys, we just had to kill. Oh, he just had to get that little extra in. All right, so sorry to interrupt you, Kimmy. Please proceed, keep going.
So, as a first-time caravanner, we had to pick the van up from Sydney and drive back to Melbourne. And
Sorry to cut you off. Is that because that is the only place they sell them from, or
at the time when we purchased it was that they have now opened an outlet in Melbourne in Pakenham.
Okay.
But that wasn't available when we were to pick up this van. The biggest thing for me, the biggest negative about it has been the sway issue that we've had with the van, and the way we've had to do a process of elimination to try and work out why it sways so badly, to the point where I was very uncomfortable with the safety aspect of it. We've had to ask a lot of questions, do a lot of research, and the very first thing that we have done is drop the tyre pressure, and it's helped a lot, but it's still not perfect.
So sorry, what was the recommendations that the company actually suggested to come out with on the tyre pressures?
55.
All right, and you say you've dropped it to what?
We're running at 43 now.
And it's improved?
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
All right, but it still hasn't sorted. Now, what was the other red flag of the swaying issues initially?
When we went to pick it up, the company advised us to bring a couple of jerry cans that we could fill with water to put in the front. And knowing, I suppose, that we're coming from Melbourne and that we wouldn't have a lot of stuff and we're taking it back empty, but their point was to weigh it down at the front. Now, I don't know if that was just because we were picking it up empty, or it's because we have to have weight at the front to stop it from swaying. We're not really, we haven't worked that part out yet.
Yeah.
Wasn't a great deal of information.
Yep.
And the other, so there is a Facebook page, an owner's Facebook page, and a lot of people have commented about the sway, and that the first thing we should do is get a wheel alignment. Now, for me, we've just spent $70,000+ on a caravan.
Yep.
I don't feel that we should have to take a brand new caravan to get a wheel alignment, but if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do to make it safe, then great, I'll do it. But I just feel like we should not have to do it. It should be a standard that you get a caravan that you can put on the back of your car and drive and feel safe.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So that probably has been the biggest negative for me, trying to work through why and how to rectify that. With you, the same?
Yeah, me. Attention detail, there's a few little bumps and scratches and stuff that had been passed over at the handover that we didn't pick up on, but it shouldn't have got through.
Yeah.
A big dent in the front of the kitchen here in the fascia.
Okay.
One of the doors doesn't line up, you can't shut. The laundry cupboard door doesn't align. The pop rivets on the have come out. They're easy fixes, but I figure if I'm spending 70 grand a caravan, these things should be picked up at handover.
Yeah.
And should have been rectified before we'd done it.
Yeah.
The silicone hasn't been pushed off in a couple of spots. Had a couple of flaps come down where the glue hasn't taken. Stuff that we can fix, but shouldn't have to be a brand new van.
100%.
We flagged it with the company. The lack of customer service has been pretty ordinary. Since we put a deposit down, paid the money, we had no contact with them until day of purchase. We've sent them emails after emails. We've had one email reply in 6 months. We flagged 2 days after our purchase in November our issues. We've had no correspondence from them. So the customer service is pretty poor.
A big letdown. Yeah.
It's been bitterly disappointing, actually.
Yeah.
The red flag should have been that we had no service, no contact before we bought it. And that was always a bit of weighing on our mind. But since we bought it, it's been non-existent. And it's hard getting any sort of feedback from anybody.
Yeah, and extremely disappointing.
It's a nice van, but attention to detail is not quite there. And all you want is someone to acknowledge that the issues are done, they're going to be fixed, and you'll be happy, but you're not even getting that from them. So I've had
and
two
you
people ask
have
me,
tried many times,
yes,
too. So anyone interested to know how many times, you shouldn't have to, but there have been, I know these guys have tried to call many occasions, sent several emails, and they're just falling on deaf ears, which is really
for an Australian company. I know they import the chassis from from overseas, and but they're Australian-based companies, so you'd like to think that they'd get back to you and let you know what's going on. And all he wants a bit of a timeline or detail or acknowledgement that there are issues, and we'll get back to you and get them sorted.
Well, and what is the warranty on this van?
Oh,
That's a good question.
I
think it's longer than 2 days from when we first put it
Well,
first
you know,
defect.
it was a question. It's quite poignant because it's not worth paper it's written on if they're taking several years to even address initial problems, because then they may potentially come into, well, you're out of warranty now because,
that's it.
you know, I mean, you know, these are all things that everybody needs to take into consideration. And we're all about making completely fair and reasonable reviews of everything and pointing out the good, but also actually pointing out what needs to be told to everybody else as well, that if there are problems, and customer service is something that could be very easily resolved, and it's extremely
So if
important.
anyone is watching this, just pick up the phone. That's all you got to do. Get back to people. That's all they want.
But I think we were extremely spoiled with the last 2 slide-on campers that we had. The companies that we dealt with were amazing. They bent over backwards for us. Nothing was an issue. Always answered a phone call. And then to go from that to a company that took our money and doesn't respond to any sort of correspondence, it's actually really
Disappointing.
very disappointing.
And big shout out to Intrepid Campers too, because and Tommy Campers, they did fantastic jobs. And you know, for anyone wanting to review their products, we did a couple of years ago now, I think,
they were great.
on the Intrepid. Fantastic, great job. And it's as I said, all about just being fair and open and honest here.
There is one other thing. So one of the reasons we're doing this with you to put on your page is because we would love to have had a YouTube video of a walkthrough with this. The anti-flap system on our awning has been a nightmare. So we tried it for the first time.
Lucky I don't have my grinder here.
Good point.
Trip.
Yes.
I just want to point out, we've
Please.
put it up.
Yep.
If you have a look here, it's already ripped our awning just by putting it into the socket. We've now got 2 little rip marks, which has happened on the other side. And when we pulled it down, the metal material is quite rough and has just pierced straight through.
Yeah, and that's the first time you put it on.
First time.
It's not acceptable. It was impossible to actually try and even navigate this.
We
I
couldn't
watched
work
you
it out.
guys just struggle town big time, and we have the Aussie Traveller anti-flap kit on our system, and it's a breeze. Like, it's so much simpler and easier. And to watch you guys struggle and try and figure it out, it was just ridiculous. I believe, like you said, Kimmy, that there's people on the Facebook page that have actually reviewed the anti-flap kit this comes with. I don't know what brand it is. Do you know what brand it is?
No idea.
But whatever it comes with, it seems to be a common problem across the board. Everyone says they're an absolute nightmare.
So when you pick up your brand new camper, grab out the anti-flam kit, throw it out the window.
Yep.
It's useless.
Or
Yep.
negotiate that you don't have this
Yeah,
one and
go
for
get
your
an Aussie
one.
Traveller.
Yeah, the
Yes.
Aussie Traveller one, 'cause that
Or
is
if someone
so
knows
good.
another one that, again, I just want to point out for the record, we get no affiliation with any of these companies.
No.
These are just simple, pure and honest reviews, open of our experiences.
100%.
And that's what we found anyway. But that's a really good point to make,
Yeah.
Kim.
So not to end on a negative, because we do love the caravan, but we're just pointing out the good points
Yeah.
and the bad points.
You
And
make your own decision.
Yeah. No,
And
that's
all these things are small fixes.
yeah.
And that's the end of the day.
And
Small
they
fixes.
could be relatively quick fixes too, and easily resolved if the company just picked up the phone or sent back an email and just responded to the
Communication is
yeah,
lubrication.
100%. I like it. Communication is lubrication. All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks,
really
Shelley.
appreciate your time. So there you have it. That is the open review of the Signature Marlu Tourer, and you can take it how you want to take it. For the most part, it is an actual cracking little caravan, but it does have some serious couple of issues that really need addressing, and it's just a simple case of the company and communication, which hopefully can get resolved. As I said, it's only 6 months into the ownership, but they still shouldn't have to have the difficulties in getting in contact with that company. So hopefully that can work their way out of that one. But otherwise, hope you enjoyed the review and got some good information out of it, and we'll catch you next time.